What up? Are we in here? Hold on one second. No, we live. we live. We live. Morning cup of dough, morning show. What up? We got some things to talk about. Let's join in. Let's join in. Let's get in here. What up? I missed you guys yesterday. I'll explain everything that happened. It wasn't that crazy, but what up? Top of the morning with it. We're going to talk about it. Oh, we're going to talk about it. Top of the morning on a Tuesday. Check, check. Oh, I didn't even turn in the mic. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. All right, is that better? Is that better over here? Oop, let me move this so it won't be in the way. Okay, is that better? Better for the sound over here? How the workouts going? Great, actually. I worked out yesterday. All right, we got about 18 over here, about 18 over here, about 36 of us. Give it about 2-3 more minutes. Got a bunch of stuff that we're going to talk about today. Morning cup of dough, morning show. Good morning. Good morning. I know the audio is good over here. I put the mic in over here to make sure it was a little bit better. Please smash that like button if you're over here at the YouTube. If you're over here at the Instagram, you can always join us over here at the YouTube. I am Doughboy TV. How's the last roast meat go? They all went good. I've been getting cooked every episode, so but it's been fun. Shout out to the guys. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna talk about some things. UK's in here. What up, UK? All right. Somebody said, "Step it up, though." What you want me to say? How you want me to step it up? We stepped up. We figuring it out day to day. You understand me? Y'all know the first story we're gonna talk about. The beard is flourishing. Let me tell y'all what is not. The top of this damn head. Oh lordy. I ain't gonna show y'all because I'm embarrassed about it. But let's just put it like this. Every area in this hair ain't flourishing. This top, oh, I'm a little light up there. A little light up top. Little light. The beard is cool, but right in this area, oh no. I don't even want to show y'all. Does anybody have any tips of anything I could put in my hair? Some berries, juices and berries? Because the top is not hot. The top is, I got the sunroof up there. I'm frauding up here for y'all. Every other area is cool, but the top of this, right in this area, is Sleepy Hollow. Trust me, I wouldn't lie. But I'm gonna keep growing it. Does anybody have any tips about that? Like if I just keep growing it, will it just be cool? Because it don't look good. Clove water, I got the hot ball spot up top. Rogaine, I ain't gonna do it. When am I dropping a new song? I'm not for sure. Just Humbeline up in here, get keeps. What's that? I may have to do it. Take some biotin. Okay. What's the issue? I don't know. Listen, I'm bald up top. Look, I would show y'all, but I'm absolutely sensitive about it. But it's not a good look. I almost was like, should I cut it? Because my daughter noticed it. My daughter's mom noticed it. She was like, "Ooh, what's going on with this?" Like, she was just standing next to me. She's not even taller than me like that. She just like was like, "What's this?" It's right here. I mean, I guess I can show y'all because we family. It's right here. You know what? I know I can't show y'all, but it's the light right there. I was like, is it stress? I don't know what it is, but I'm not cutting my hair. Okay, we get up in here at 6:06. Some blackout said that I get a chance to meet Kevin Samuels. Unfortunately, not. Rest in peace to him. Am I stressing in general? I think I might be. I think I'll be stressing over stuff. I'm gonna try like not stressing and see if yeah. Hold on. I can bear my soul to y'all. I don't care if y'all just go ahead and look. Look, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. I don't care. Listen. I'm gonna show y'all. Listen, it's no, I can't. I can't. I don't want to show you guys. But it's like right here. It's a whole ass ball spot. Nothing growing right there. So we're gonna have to figure that out. Okay, but it's all good. How's the fitness goal coming along? Great. I probably said like a 75% is what I'm operating at. In the last week, I worked out every day except for Sunday. So hold on. Y'all want to see it? Y'all want to see the top of the head, man? I might show y'all for 2 seconds, just because I love y'all. All right. All right. You ready? You guys want to see it? All right. Listen, I'm gonna show y'all for 2 seconds. No screenshots. No screenshots. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I showed you guys. I showed you. You see it. You better have seen it. You better have seen it. You better have seen it. I showed you for 2 seconds. You see it. It ain't alopecia. I don't know, but I just showed you for 2 seconds. Did you see it? It's lit. What up? I just showed you my hair. I just bared my soul to y'all. I got a bald spot up top, but I don't know how I feel about it. You see it? Yeah, you see it. Eat more avocado, not eating avocado. Hell no. Nah. It is bad. You recorded it, you ain't shit as a person. Clearly asked for it to not be. Nigga, it's hella bald right there. I ain't showing it again. It's super duper bald. And that's the thing. Like I feel like I still got the hairline. I still got the this. I still got the that. I still got the this. But it's right here. It's right here though. Could it be from the hats? Can you start losing hair from hats? Never Capper said it's from all them hats. I don't even wear hats like that. TD said it might be the hats and the heat. So I'm losing hair because of the hat and the heat. Somebody says you got to cut it. My dad has that. First of all, don't want to be compared to your father. Side note, I'm 42. I guess I can't be compared to your father. I'm about to be 43. Somebody, Corey said, man, finna get that LeBron KD hairstyle. Tia Williams says, no, sir, don't blame them hats. That's why I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's there. I'm not cutting it for 6 months. I made a deal with myself. Somebody said, eliminate your weight. Grumpy Old Man Incorporated said, eliminate your stress as much as possible. Stay on your fitness game. Drink water. Lose the hat. Okay, so maybe we stop with the hats. We let the hair breathe. Maybe go see a professional. They could probably help you see what's happening. It's not that serious. I'll cut my hair before we go do all that. And everybody's just been saying that's just age catching up with me. I mean, I am 42. I mean, I guess sometimes it just happens. But I just wanted to grow my hair. And people get asked, do I want to grow my hair? It's like, I just want a different look. I've had to. Hold on. TD said that's how my husband started losing his once he stopped wearing them and grew back. Okay, maybe it's just a hat. The Cloud Chronicles podcast said, I used this oil I got off Amazon. It's only like $20. Grew my spot back. I was completely bald, same spot. What's the name of the oil, nigga? All right, so let's talk about this. All right, enough about my hair. Enough about my hair, because people want to get into the show. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Cup of Dough morning show. Hope you all are doing well. We're going to talk about some things. First thing we're going to talk about, Young Thug and Gunna were arrested yesterday as part of a 28 people RICO indictment. So Young Thug and Gunna, the YSL crew. I don't know what that means. I always thought YSL. I mean, I heard them saying it, but I always thought it was like some high end, like Louis or Gucci or whatever, right? Just Humbeline said, "Get a yarmulke." Not gonna do that. This hair gonna grow. Somebody said, "Yeah, it's from the hats. Hair has to breathe." Okay. All right. So let's talk the show. Forget about my hair. We'll talk about my hair later. All right. We'll get back to it. It's time to start this show. We got 43 people in here in YouTube. We got 18 people over here, so we got to get to business. If you are in my YouTube stratosphere right now, please smash that like button. Hold on, this looks kind of crooked. What better? Is this one crooked? A little better? Okay, so let's talk about this. I'm going to break down. Let's break down what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to read what it's saying. It says it's a 56 count grand jury indictment. Charges 28 members and associates of Young Slime Life, or YSL. Okay, so I guess that's what YSL meant all along. I always thought YSL was like a Gucci bag or a Prada bag, but apparently it's Young Slime Life. Let's continue. It goes on to say, give me 1 second. The indictment includes charges of conspiring to violate the racketeer, influence, and corrupt organizations. That's what RICO means. Racketeer, influence, and corrupt organizations act, murder, armed robbery, participation in criminal street gang activity. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Young Thug is accused of renting a 2014 Infiniti Q50 sedan from Hertz, which was used in the commission of the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., a rival gang member, on 1/10/15, according to the indictment. So this is from a murder from about 7 years ago. Okay. Prosecutors allege that two associates of YSL, Christian Eppinger and Antonio Sumlin, worked to get permission of Young Thug to make a second attempt to murder YFN Lucci while he's jailed in Fulton County. Ooh, okay. So that's the skinny of it. Okay. I'm not an expert in crime. I'm not an expert in it, okay? However, I do dabble in a lot of crime TV shows. I pay attention to the pulse of what's going on in the world. So, you know what I mean? I can tell you a little bit. Expert am I? No. But can I tell you a few things? Yes. Can I tell you some things that once you hear keywords, it ain't good? Yes. Okay. So what I can tell you off the rip is whenever it's a RICO charge, it ain't good. Because the RICO comes from the feds. Feds have like a 90% conviction rate. So translation, they always win. They don't. It seems like they don't come. Hold on, what did I just drop? It seems like the feds don't come unless they know they got you. They very rarely lose. Every now and again, somebody will beat the feds, but it ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's not normal, and you got to be really, really good because I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the difference is between feds and between regular cops, but they just seem to never lose. This doesn't look good, and it seems like it's some really serious charges. I knew that there was some type of friction between YSN. I don't know what YSN stands for, but YSN Lucci and Young Thug. I knew they had like traded some words back and forth, but this indictment alleges that they was allegedly trying to kill YSN Lucci. And I remember when he was talking about trying to get out of jail because people was trying to come for his life. Because YSN Lucci is in jail for a RICO charge as well, I believe, and like a something more serious. Don't quote me on his charges. What do you guys think though? This is This is wild because Young Thug has always been like an enigma. I think in it's YFN Lucci. Okay, it's a whole lot of YFN Lucci. Okay, let me write that down. YFN Lucci. I didn't mean to mess up his name. So YFN Lucci, and then the YSL group. Okay. YFN Lucci. Okay, my bad. YFN Lucci. No disrespect. So I don't know. Like I don't. So let's just talk about about Young Thug. Young Thug has always been an anomaly in hip hop because he kind of like always pushed the barrier. I remember when he came out, he was a street nigga talking about street stuff, but he was more or less, I don't know, like he would wear dresses. He would like, you know what I mean? It was just, he would do his thing a little bit differently, but his music was overall good. You know what I'm saying? His music was dope. Like, and then he was even doing songs like Elton John, kind of like became like a rock star. Gunna too. Like Gunna, I'm not as familiar with Gunna's music, but I understand that he's, you know, he's his music is really popular, especially over the last couple of years. So to see two very well, because there's another artist right now. Casanova is in jail right now on a RICO. Um, I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand when artists become successful, why they still stay connected to the streets. You see what I'm saying? And I understand if you come from the streets, then that's one thing. But I never understood that. I was just like, you know, once you get the opportunity and now you're making millions of dollars, it seems like you'll be able to not only leave a gang, but to be able to put your guys maybe in a position, maybe give them jobs they otherwise wouldn't be able to get. You know what I'm saying? But just to see two artists as successful as this to get jammed up on a RICO, and RICOs are very, you got to understand, 6'9" snitched on a RICO. Now this is going to be very, 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 very interesting to see how Gunna and Thug act on this. Now with Thug, I don't know. It sounded like he's a lot more involved. As far as Gunna, I'm not hearing specific things that he did, but you know, when people go to jail on RICOs, people be wanting to come home. So we're gonna see, because usually in a RICO, somebody tells. Somebody normally tells when you dealing with a RICO, because they start giving out football numbers. Like they start, hey, you ain't gonna talk. So it's going to be interesting to me. Are you guys? Is this light bothering you guys? I kind of like it now. It seems like kind of cool at this point. So I don't know. It's gonna see like I feel like the gangster stuff is going to be questioned now when you get jammed up in the RICO, because it ain't just like no, oh, well, we just get to go home. We got the best lawyers. No, like it's, so yeah. There are some theories going around. Becca Honeygam said that she heard some things. These are allegedly that YSN killed Young Thug's baby mom. That's why it was the hit was ordered on Lucci. I don't know, because I did hear about Young Thug's child's mother, rest in peace to her, was taken out. Like this seems like it's a very, very serious thing. Let's go to a couple of comments. Conglomerate said they have to have a lot of evidence to even get RICO charge subpoena. They might have a case. No, like the feds, when they come, and they've done their homework, and now they give them access to a lot of stuff. They can tap into your Instagram, your whatever, to get the type of information that they need. So I don't know. This does not look good. Mr. Heavy 205 said, RICO got a lot of my partners jammed up. Like, yeah, I feel like once they put the RICO on and they make it seem like it's a criminal organization, oh, they can. Hold on a second. I don't like how this is lit over here. Hold on a second. It's, if they can make you seem like a criminal organization, things change. Buck 147 NYC says somebody told. Oh, of course, and it's gonna be more telling. Hold on, guys. I don't like how this is lit over here. Hold on. A little bit better. Yeah, I don't like it. Hold on 1 second. I don't love the lighting over here. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. There's some technical difficulties. Oh, there it is. I think it's just going in and out. Okay, anyway. Somebody said over here, IMJ, they're not going to throw no RICO charge on you for nothing. They for sure did their research. Yeah. I am Chris Rowland said, I don't understand the necessity to associate yourself with the Bloods to gain commercial success. If you have the lyrics and music behind it, why not just bring yourself up? Okay, so that's the question that I wanted to ask. Hold on, guys. This is going to bother me the whole time. That's the question that I wanted to ask. You know, I think that this is why this is doing that. Give me 1 second. Let me close this light over here because I think that's why it's giving us off light. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that's what it was. It was conflicting lights. Sorry, guys. I know that looks natural and looks cool, but it gives it conflicting lights and it throws it off. Okay. So this is what I wanted to ask. Whatever happened to studio gangsters? And what I mean by this is, when did all the rappers start doing all the things that they were saying that they were doing? I remember a day where it's like, you know, it was almost like, yeah, this is entertainment. Like, I like to hear about this. And even if you come from a real story, like say a 50 Cent. I feel like 50 Cent has maneuvered coming from the streets eloquently because it's really documented that he was really in the streets. But as soon as he got his opportunity, he kind of just wasn't on that. Like he's become one of the most successful entrepreneurs. He kind of navigated his way out of that. Why do you feel that rappers these days feel the need to associate themselves? Do you feel like they still need the credibility, and the more credible you are, the more records you sell? You see what I'm saying? Because like you see all these rappers and they really still be into all the things that they say, and like that doesn't matter to me. I promise you don't gotta be no real nigga to me. If you got great music, I just want to hear some music. I don't necessarily need to know that you really did the things that you said. That's not important to me per se. Can you put your words together? Can you rhyme? You know what I'm saying? And if you come from a situation and you got a great hood story, that's cool. But it kind of breaks my heart for these new artists as they're coming up into the game, because it seems like and I don't even want to call Young Thug a new artist. That would be disrespectful because he's been around for damn near 10 years. I just can't. I mean, like, why not? Like, it seems like Gucci kind of embodies like an end game. And I know that Gucci Mane kind of went through a whole lot of stuff before he kind of became the man he is now. But like Gucci we kind of see him as just different. You know, like Gucci got bodies, like or a body at least. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, all the crazy stuff that Gucci went through, but he served his time, and it's just like he came out a new man. He's all about family. Like, you won't try him. Jeezy made it out as well. Like, there's a laundry list of MCs that kind of came from the trenches and kind of, you know, transitioned into being successful businessmen. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. Now, somebody says 7-9 Beats coach Max, a long handle, says powers that be need these types to blow up to keep the circle going with the younger kids. I kind of believe that, like that. I am Chris Rowland said, I was tired of hearing everyone and their mama hollering slime this and blood that, or wiping their noses. Nothing against anyone affiliated, but damn, that just takes over the music. I like lyricism. That is a fact. I think that it becomes a little bit watered down, a smidge, you know, but, you know, all parties are innocent until proven guilty. So hopefully the things that they are saying about Young Thug are not true. Gunna, I'm not hearing much about Gunna. They just apparently arrested him too. Maybe that's by association. That's what these cats got to realize too. Sometimes your association with someone can get you jammed up. I learned that a long time ago. Like I learned that like hanging with the wrong people, like if you was hanging with a person and they were into some shit and the people that they was into rolled up, they wasn't cutting no passes like, oh, you get to go. Like, no. So I do think that there's something to, the people you hang out with. But at the same time, we don't know. At the same time, these are all allegations. The police could have it, the feds could have it all wrong. So I'm not painting Young Thug and saying, you did it, brother. Like, I don't know. But it don't look good, man. I mean, shit, you think about Casanova, he's been locked up damn near 2 years on that RICO charge. You know what I mean? Renika Latif Smith says, money gives you more access to do what you've been doing. Renika says, money gives you more access to do what you've been doing. So maybe they were doing this all along. And now you got the money and you got the resources and you could do it even on a bigger level. Rough Dog 21 says, you need a gimmick to get recognized. The go-to gimmick is drug selling gang member. Damn. I don't understand that, man. Why can't it just be just great music? Because I see that with a lot of the young rappers. The young rappers talk about killing each other. A lot of times they actually do it, and then they still keep disrespecting. So it's a different landscape. We don't know, like I said, what exactly it is. So I won't spend too much time on it. All I will say is, best of. Listen, if I'm a realist though. If Young Thug is innocent of these charges, free that man. If Young Thug and Gunna, if this is just a terrible misunderstanding and they didn't do these things, free that man. But if they did these things, hey, man, you got to pay the piper, man. I'm not one of those dudes just to walk around like free such and such. No, let's look into what such and such did. Some of these niggas need to be locked up. That's just the truth. We can't live in a society where you out here doing all type of crazy shit and just be like, oh, I like your music though. I don't want you to get locked up. I don't wish jail on nobody. At the same time, listen, man, you know what I mean? So, we're going to see. All right, we ain't going to stay too long on that. We spent about a good 30 minutes on that. So, all right, prayers to everybody involved. Because like I said, they're just allegations. I'm never here to nail somebody for just being accused of somebody. You can be accused of anything. We're going to see as time goes on. I'm pretty sure they'll have a bail hearing. A lot of times on a RICO charge, they ain't going to let you bail out. The flight risk. YFN Lucci is in is it YSL? Oh yeah, YFN Lucci has been locked up for like 2 years over some RICO shit. So, when once they get you in there, it just seems like these things drag on for a long time. They freeze all your assets. It's not much you can do. So not a fun day at the park. So like I said, prayers to everybody that's involved in that, and hopefully these things aren't true. But we shall see moving forward. Okay, moving forward. Vicky and Casey White. Vicky and Casey White. Let's talk about it. So Vicky White and Casey White, unless you've been sleeping under a rock. Oh, shit. Slink Johnson in the mix. What's up, my boy? Shout out to my big homie, Slink Johnson, one of the realest out here, the Smoke Yours crew. It's the morning cup of dough morning show. Shout out my guy. We got about 65 in the YouTube, about 13 of us in here on the Instagram. So we lit in here. Favorite films in here. What up, my boy? Shout out my guy Courage. All right, let's hop into this topic. So Vicky White, okay, and Casey White. Now, if you guys don't know, Vicky White, there's no relation. There's no relation to these two individuals. But Vicky White, she was the correction officer that helped get Casey White, an accused murderer, out of jail. They had been on the run for about 9 days. So I'm going to read what CNN says. Or can I just play it? I could just play it. How long is this? Let me just play the little clip. Hold on one second, guys.
I press play.
Hold on, of course, make me hear a clip. Okay, here we go. I'm going to let them talk to you guys about what happened. Here we go. Yeah, they press play. Okay. Yeah. All right, here we go.
It ended the way that we knew it would. They are in custody. A defiant and triumphant Lauderdale County Sheriff Rick Singleton detailing what happened when U.S. Marshals captured Corrections Officer Vicky White and inmate Casey White. First, this F-150 truck and Casey White spotted at a car wash in Evansville, Indiana, reported to Alabama authorities Sunday night.
After the vehicle was located a while back, we at least knew they may have been in our area, but I couldn't believe that they had remained here.
Monday, U.S. Marshals found them in a hotel in Evansville. That's when marshals say the two fled police in a gray Cadillac. Casey White was driving, Vicky White in the passenger seat. U.S. Marshals pinned their car. They ended up in a ditch. Casey White surrendered. The U.S. Marshals say Vicky White had a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. She died from those injuries Monday night. Sheriff Singleton says Casey White will be brought back to Alabama for his arraignment. He's expected to return to the same place from where he escaped more than 10 days ago.
He's not getting out of this jail again. I'll assure you that.
The Lauderdale County District Attorney says he's focused on the victim.
Okay, so there we go with that. Okay, so they caught them in Indiana, pursued them. Now, and I think they was leaving it out for a little bit. Like, they was leaving out the true facts, right? Apparently, because the police was getting out. The police was getting shook at every time. You see what I'm saying? So apparently the guy that owns the car wash was calling for a couple of days from Indiana, calling the local police department, and they were just shoving him off. Like, man, shut up. Wait, listen. He had to keep calling back like several times, like, no, I think this is them. No, I think this is them. Finally, they get him on the phone with the marshals. The marshals like, oh, is that them? They come out there. They chase them. Casey gives up and surrenders. Vicky commits suicide, like she shoots herself in the head, didn't make it. Oh, so that man chases over, and it was looking like, you know, they were gone. It was going on like day 11, so it went on like 11 days. So how do we break that down? So here we go with this Vicky White woman, and rest in peace to her. You know what I mean? We don't know her story. I mean, what we do know about her, she broke a man out of prison. But other than that, we don't know, what she's done in her life. Apparently, she had a pretty dope track record, and at her job, she was like, always getting awards. Like she was like damn near second in command. You know what I mean? So boom. But damn, it seemed like she had a perfectly normal life. You know what I mean? She was good with the money. She was about to look like she was looking to retire. And then she gave it all up to go on the run with somebody who's been accused of murder, and to go on like an 11-day run, and then that's just different. I don't know like all the ins and outs into why. But she was 24 hours away from retirement, and I think the fact that now she's gone, we got a bunch of questions that we'll never get the answers to. I mean, it's suspected that they had a romantic relationship. I wonder what this 11 days was like, because even if you break somebody out, like it ain't like you really get to just chill and relax. Tia Williams says love is a hell of a drug. Do you think, and that's what I was going to ask, can love make you forfeit all logic? Because it seems like this is what happened. It seems like the thought of love, or just the possibility of love, was just thrown out the window. This whole life that this woman had was, okay, none of that matters anymore. And an 11-day run was all it came down to, and then life just ended for this woman. I know that they say love makes you do some wild things. Would you even risk it? Because I mean, I guess, and maybe in her heart of heart, in her mind, she thought, oh, I can absolutely get away and run away with this man. But would you risk it all for love? Like, would you risk your entire, like your freedom? Because even, let's just play the tape out. even if this thing goes all the way right, at the very least, you're going to be on the run forever. You'll never be able to go back to normality. You'll never be able to go back to just the mundane shit that you used to do. And I mean, and this isn't something that was just a fluke. Like, they had to plan this for a minute. You understand? Like, they had to really, it ain't like you could just wake up one morning like, hey, man, I'm going to break you out of jail. Like, no, it takes some time, takes some thinking, takes some conversations. And the crazy thing about it is, dude is just going to go back to jail. Like, he didn't really risk much at the end of the day. I mean, what he did risk was the fact that, I mean, he's facing a potential life sentence. He hasn't been, so he's facing that. So, if the alternative is you're going to do life anyway, you going on a 10-day run ain't going to act like exponentially make it that worse. So yeah, people are saying, so Renee says there are shows that prove that love will have you acting different. I understand that it will make you have you acting different, but that's different than different. That's what I mean by different. That's like, I'm going to risk my entire life in things that make sense to it and bring harmony to it. I'm going to just say, F that, and I'm over it. And I'm going to risk it all for this other human being. I don't know that I could do that. I just don't know. Like, and I've been in love with some women in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've cared too much. But if a woman came to me and was like, yo, break me out of jail, I'd be like, no. Like, and then it's not like that. Like, not saying that I couldn't love a woman that was in jail or even believe she was possibly innocent, but I'm going to risk everything? No. We just going to have to figure something else out. I'm not doing that. Renika says, for my man is a show all about it. Tornado 649 said, the fact that they had all this info and didn't move on it, police really be incompetent. Yeah, police be getting outsmarted. Renika says, everyone has different gauges. If craziness, we would do in the same in the name of love. Marquis said he was already serving 75 years and was waiting on trial for another murder. Oh, I didn't know he was serving 75. So this was absolutely no risk for him. That kind of makes you feel like, man, that guy really ain't the best type of individual. Because he had to talk this woman into it. I refuse to believe it. She just came up to him like, hey, you want to get out of here? So he fouled. He then talked her into this, made her figure like, hey, man, we can get up out of here. It could be this, it could be that. And that's unfortunate because this woman lost her life. And he's just going to go back to the same thing he was doing like it wasn't that big of a risk. You know what it made me think? And I ain't even going to lie. It made me think, and I could be wrong for this, it made me feel that they had a pact. Like, if this goes wrong, we just finna check out of here together. And I feel like she did it, and he didn't. That's how I honestly feel. I had a feeling that she probably thought this is going to be some Bonnie and Clyde stuff. We're going to get out of here, and, like, if we'll just go out together. And I heard, like, he seen it and was like, no, though. Elmer says he's going to get charged with her death too. Damn, they finna just. You should have heard that cop. The wild thing about it is they kept parading the same cop, the big white cop out there from the jail, and he was the only one talking. I was like, why do they keep having him talk? Like, they should probably have somebody from the feds talk because, brother, she got out under your watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we keep hearing from you? We need to hear from somebody who has a little bit more insight and tact into this. You know what I'm saying? Why we keep hearing from the dude that, and every time he would come there, he'd be like, I don't know where she at. We just wanted to come back. Like, nigga, we know you don't know. Just something like, yeah, man, I don't know. Hold on, somebody had said something over here. 7-9 Beats coach Max said, as bad as this may sound, women love so much harder than men. He got her to that point. I mean, I get love, but I don't know that I've ever loved somebody that much where I'd be like, yeah, I'm ready to just fuck all this shit that I got going on in Anthony's life. Let's go do what the fuck you talking about. So, but rest in peace to her, regardless of the reason that she did it. I don't want to desensitize it. I don't want to make it seem like I'm, making light of it. Just trying to learn a little bit more about that. Like, damn. Like, and love can be strong. Like, if love will make you do that, like, if we playing it like on the tape of the spectrum of, no, she just was genuinely in love, and this is what she did to do that, then damn, I don't know if I want that kind of love. I don't know if I want to love somebody that much, or if I want somebody to love me that much. That's just like, I mean, I want you to love me. I want you to ride for me, but if I'm caught up in some shit, I don't want to fuck up your shit. You know what I'm saying? Tamika just came in and said, Tamika Black just came in and said, what happened? Okay, well, you're about 40 minutes late for the morning cup of dough morning, so you understand that? And we're talking about Vicky and Casey White, the one that are on the, it was the lady, the corrections officer that broke out you 40 minutes late. I can't be updating you. Started back from the beginning. You understand me? Renika says, we potentially have all done something crazy in love that others would think is crazy. True. And I mean, I probably done some crazy stuff, and I've been around some women that have done some crazy stuff. I just think that this kind of takes the cake. It's like, whoa, this is, I mean, I get going crazy over love, but ooh. So, okay, but those are those two things. We started off with two stories that were a little heavy, but you know how we say, we try to keep it light in here in the morning cup of dough morning show. Before we go any further, let me have a little personal moment. A little personal, right? I don't go too personal with stuff, but I give you guys surface level stuff. So, like I told you guys last Friday. Oh, and I'm sorry yesterday that we didn't have an episode of Morning Cup of Dough. Let me explain that real quick. Let's take a brief intermission from this, and then we'll reset it. Then we'll get back to the docket. This is how I feel, right? When I got an idea for something, I just move. My idea to execution, you know what I'm saying, is a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of move. I'm like, okay, I'm going to just go. Like, I'll kind of plan it out later. Because sometimes I feel like if you plan too much, that can stop forward motion. Sometimes slow motion is better than no motion, right? So this is what happened, right? So I kept kind of toying with the idea that I wanted to do a morning show. And then by the time I said, forget it, I'm just going to do it, right? So then, boom, I hop in it. I start doing it. It's litty, right? Cool. The only thing is I started doing it every single day. You know what I'm saying? Like I would go every single day. Like I started last week. I did Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I was like, yeah, I went to the weekend feeling like woo hoo hoo hoo. And then when yesterday came, it wasn't that I forgot. It's just that I had already had previous plans for the weekend, for Mother's Day weekend. You know what I'm saying? I had people in from out of town. And so it was just like, I literally woke up like, basically what ended up happening was I ended up oversleeping. But it was just like, I didn't feel like, because I was just like, why did I say I was going to do it every day? So I don't know how often I want to do Morning Cup of Dough morning show. I know I want to build it as a morning show. So I know that eventually I have to be Monday through Friday. But I don't know. I'm going to try to do it every day. But I missed it yesterday. So sorry about that, guys. Okay, cool. Moving forward. And, I'll try to get it Monday through Friday. Let's just say that that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, Renika said every day is a lot. What about 2 to 3 times a week? And if you do more, it's a bonus. I like that. Maybe we say Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Something to that effect. Jess Tumbling says, has to be sustainable and consistent. Every day is a huge burden. But see, this is what I like about it. It gives my life structure. Hold on, my chair is coming down. Hold on a second. It helps it bring structure to my life. And I kind of feel like God be pushing me into stuff like that sometimes. Like, this also helps your regular life. This also gives you structure around everything else that you're doing. Somebody said there's 15 people in here. We're not worried. We actually got 66 over here. So actually, in all togetherness, we got about 80 people. But even if it was only 15 people, that's fine. I'm here to, service the 15 people that are here. So I don't know if that was a shot. Okay, let's talk about something like that really quick. So somebody, and I don't know, somebody said LA girl Ari. Okay, and maybe she wasn't this. But just to say something like it's 15 people in here, we don't care. If it was 5 people in here, I'm trying to build it the right way. And see, that's why I think sometimes people get too caught up in numbers. I ain't doing this for numbers. I'm doing this for the people that rock with Dope Boy. I don't care if it was 10 people in here. So I hope that wasn't a shot. Don't know if it was, but it felt like one. Somebody said structure is great, but you're up hella early. It's 9:45 in GA. Hey man, I want to be here and talk to people while they're on their way to work. So we're gonna do it like that. So I'm gonna try to do this thing every day and build it. That's what I'm trying to do. Somebody said, Tia Williams said with the utmost respect, though, don't backpedal. If you're gonna be consistent, you have to be consistent. Thank you, Tia. We're doing it every day, Monday through Friday. But I missed yesterday. LA girl Ari said, huge fan. Okay, thank you, but it sounded like shade. I didn't know. Okay. Do it as often as there's newsworthy or talking about. I want to do it every day. That's what I want to do. Because I want a morning show. Morning shows, you hear them every morning. So there we go for that. Okay. But there's that. Okay. So let me tell you guys a quick thing. I cried twice this weekend. Okay. Cried 2 times. Let me tell you the magnitude of me crying. Okay. There was a point in my life, because I grew up kind of in an environment where crying wasn't, if you're a dude, you couldn't cry. I kind of just grew up in a rough, not rough environment, but it's just like I felt like soft if I would cry, if you will, right? So there was a point where I was like maybe 14 and I didn't cry for like 12 years. I didn't cry for a very long time. I went to funerals and was just like, wasn't crying, right? Whatever. Next time I would cry would be when my daughter was born. So when my daughter was born back in 2005, I cried. I remember the first time I seen her, I cried. Then it started like, from that moment, I was able to cry. You know, like I cry on movies, I cry on TV shows, whatever, right? So I feel like I flush my feelings out healthily with a good cry sometimes. Cool. So first time I cried this weekend, and then I'll walk us into the next story. First time I cried this weekend was going to see my daughter off to her senior ball for a lot of reasons. For one, it's just, as parents, it's just like, you know, when you have your kid and it's like your job is to just protect them and make sure that they have the best childhood and get them ready for adulthood. But just, I don't know if this is every parent, but for me as a parent, you know, my daughter, it's just so, like, I can remember every little, you know, phase of her life. Like I remember seeing her on the ultrasound and then seeing the first time she was born and then seeing her take her first steps and seeing her start walking and then see her first day of school, all these different milestones. But, you know, all of those different moments, you kind of get to control as a parent because they're there with you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, they're still your child. They live with you. They're always around you. And I think the prom is like the first real step of, I don't want to say letting your child go, but it's just almost like assessing the fact that your child is growing up. So, you know, the whole week, you know, we're getting my daughter stuff ready. You know, she's getting her, you know, she got a little boyfriend or whatever. She's, you know, just living her best life. And so, you know, the whole week that had kind of built up to it, we're getting her hair done, we're getting her nails done, we're getting her dress tailored, all the other things. And even kind of building up to it, just seeing her in that zone, it's just like, damn, this is happening. And so then we get to the day of the prom, you know, and, you know, her boyfriend, you know, they had rented a, you know, a nice, you know, SUV, like a Benz truck for him, you know. And so then we go to my daughter's friend's house, because that's where they had like the little pre-party, you know, they had like a little backdrop, a little 2-step, you know, step and repeat, just so that kids could take pictures, and like, you know, their whole little crew was there. And it was at this point that I'm looking at my daughter, and she's like, you know, I take a picture or so with her or whatever. She's taking pictures with her boyfriend, getting ready for her senior ball. And then my eyes just started welling up. Now, mind you, the majority of times I cry, I'm out and about, I'm doing other things. But my eyes just started watering because all I could remember was when I took her to a father-daughter dance. She was like 3 years old, maybe 4, but I want to say 3. Tiny little thing. I remember back then we had pressed her hair out, like, you know what I'm saying? She had a little black and red. You know what? Matter of fact, I have a hoodie of this. Let me show you. Hold this. Hold for 1 second, you guys. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. All right, hold on. Here we go. I put this on a hoodie because I love this picture so much. So look, I put this on a hoodie. So this is all I could remember, right? This picture of me and my daughter, right? I just put it randomly on a hoodie a couple years ago. Me and my daughter got the same one. So this is what I remember, right? And now my daughter's this 16-year-old, you know, beautiful little princess, and you know, now she's going to a prom. And so my eyes start watering. And so not normally if I cry, I'm not like I said, I'll cry in a movie or I'm at home. I'm around a bunch of parents, around a bunch of men. And like one of the fathers next to me, he kept getting all emotional too. And it was over his son. He was like, man, my son, I just can't. But I think it's different when you're dealing with a daughter, right? My eyes start watering. For the first time in my life, I do this. Not proud of it. First time in my life, I did this. Because I'm trying to not cry in front of everybody. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, oh, shit, like, what the fuck is happening? And like my daughter knows. Like I'm super, you know what I'm saying, sensitive when it comes to her. So she's looking for all the like, oh my God, Dad. I'm literally trying to fan back the tears. Like a couple came out. And yeah, it was just it's just one of those things to where it's like you get closer to the time where it's like you gotta let your kids go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like even in that whole situation, it was just like, you know, my daughter's about to go to college in a year. To this day, I don't know how I'm gonna react when she leaves. Like I've texted, you know what I'm saying, her, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, Kiara, like, man, like, I'm gonna miss you when you leave. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got to make sure we still talk every day. Because she's talking about she wants to go to college, you know, back east. And I cried. Long story short, their whole night went good. You know, they had a great time. You know, I let her have a little later of a curfew. Let her stay out till 2. She made it home early, and everything was cool. But man, like, my baby's getting grown, man. So I cried. So yes, I did cry this weekend, a good little amount. So yeah, that was that. I was a little nervous with them being out because, you know, her boyfriend driving, and like, you know, so I was just like, man, but I feel like if you do a good if you do a good job in raising your child, you know, they'll be good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll remember the things that you taught them. So yeah. y'all laughing at the fact that I did this? How else do you do that? Like I've tried this before, like when you're about to cry, but sometimes they'll just roll down the side of your face. So I was just like, so just Humbeline said, nah, I feel you. My oldest daughter is a junior at the OSU, and your son is a senior at Cincy. My baby attended her 6th grade school dance on Friday. It just happens so fast. Spend time with your children. Don't do this. What else are you supposed to do when you're about to cry? Drink water if you feel like you're gonna cry. Don't wear mascara anymore. Shut up. How am I doing and processing it now that it's over? I feel better. Like I mean, time flies when you're a parent, man. Let me just say that to the parents. Enjoy your time with your kids, man. Like, build as many memories as you can, like, because they're gonna grow up and they're not gonna be kids anymore. And like, I think every parent can kind of like notice like when your kid stops acting like a kid. Like, I'll never forget, me and Kiara was all like, and Kiara still is goofy to some point. Like, we still, play around and still have little goofy handshakes. But I'll never forget, this happened like when she was a sophomore. Like, she just kind of went from, actually it was like when she was a freshman. It was like she went from just being, I don't want to say this goofy little kid, but it's like this like little tomboyish, like always roughhousing and playing to, oh, it's serious. Like, and it was just night and day. It just happened so quickly. But, I'm proud of my baby. I'm proud of all things she's doing. She just got a report card, straight A student. I think she had 1B. But yeah, that was the first time that I cried. Parents, do you guys cry at moments like this? I know moms do, but dads, do y'all cry? Do y'all cry when things happen? Graceful Virgo said, it's hard because we know that this world doesn't love and care for them as we do. Yeah. And like some of the stuff I be seeing like online, like with stuff that happens to kids, like I can't imagine if it happened to my child. So yeah. I cried. Okay, so that was the first time I cried. Right? Second time I cried, and I cried let me make sure I set this up and preface it the right way. I cried bigger on this moment because I was alone. Now, I couldn't really cry as much like that because I was at the people's house and there's a bunch of people around me and I'm just like, I'm just not going to be here crying, like, so I kind of like, I kept it together there. The second time I cried this weekend, and it was a bigger cry, and I don't know if anybody else dealt with this, but even this wouldn't have helped if I would have tried. The second time I cried this weekend was when I watched and listened to the new Kendrick Lamar video, The Heart Part 5. Because I watched the video. I didn't hear the song and then watch the video. I said, oh, it was Sunday night. I said, oh, a new Kendrick record is out. Easily one of the most impactful videos I've ever seen. Easy. Because I just was like, wait, what? Like, if you guys don't know, Kendrick Lamar dropped a video and it's just one of the most fascinating videos. It's called The Heart Part 5. The Heart is normally a part of a series that he drops basically when his album comes out. Normally these songs aren't on the album, but they're usually impactful songs. When I tell you, and like his face, it's a really artful piece of it's a really great piece of art, right? So it's really simple at first, and like he kind of has the music going on in the back, and like Kendrick is just so. And see, this is the thing. I have been on record before for criticizing Kendrick for saying that I've said, can we really consider him GOAT status because he doesn't drop music nearly as much as other people? Based on this song, I retracted all of that. Now I think I understand Kendrick. I think he lives life. He goes away for the time that he needs to go away from to kind of formulate his thoughts on what's going on. And then he comes back with a great album of work. Okay? This video, okay, so if you guys haven't seen it, I'm about to give you some spoilers. So if you haven't seen it and you want that initial shock, just pause this, go watch the video, then come back. He was morphing into the faces of different people. So he morphs into the face of O.J. Simpson. So it's like he's rapping, but O.J. Simpson, it's his hair, and then his face turns into O.J. Simpson. Then his face turns into, was it Kanye West next? Then it was Jussie Smollett. Then it was Will Smith. Now, when he said the part about, when his face was Kanye, he was like, my friends are bipolar, so he was kind of referencing that. So I was still kind of keeping it together, but I still was like, the words were hitting me like, yo, then the Will Smith part came on and his face turns into Will Smith and he's like, hurt people, fuck calling it culture. I'm like, oh, this nigga's talking. He's breathing right now. Then he kind of took the drums out, and you could tell he was breathing, getting ready to come into something. And you could tell just as an artist, you was like, oh, he's finna. I'm talking about The Heart Part 5, Lil Poop Cake, TTV. It's by Kendrick Lamar. And so you know something's finna get big. And then he's rapping, and then he morphs into the face of Kobe Bryant. I lose it. Like, because, you know, we lost Kobe last year, right? And that was just, you know, it's like, you know, I feel like we all, you know, as a community lost Kobe. And then it was like, just to hear those, like to kind of see his face. And then you hear, and so then my eyes started just welling. But I could already tell by the cadence and how he was, I was like, I know he's not about to do what I think he's about to do. Then he turns into Nipsey Hussle, and I lose it. I don't even want to start talking about it too much because the last thing I need to do is start crying on The Morning Cup of Dough. He raps from the perspective of Nipsey leaving too early. And when I tell you, it was just, Kendrick may, when this all comes down, may be regarded as one of the best artists. Because I now understand he doesn't need a million albums, but he just needs to be impactful with his albums. And his albums are very, very impactful. And this song, when I heard it, and I don't want to say bawling, but it was a messy cry. I was just like, because Nipsey, like, and then he was like, to my father, to my kids, I'm in heaven. Like, I was just like, oh. So yeah, that, and you know, him and Nipsey had a really, really dope, you know, relationship. And you know, when Nipsey was like, so, you know, rest in peace to Nipsey, rest in peace to Kobe. But if I wasn't excited for this Kendrick album now, I'm sheesh. Like, I think on Friday when we do Morning Cup of Dough, I want everybody to have heard the album so we can bust it down and talk about it. But Rico, what's good, my boy? You on your way out here? Tap in when you get out here. Hit my DMs, man. Send me your number. We could tap in. Shout out Rico the Great, one of the best comedians out of Sacktown, my city. You heard? So yeah. Jigga Jinx said Kendrick will be on the same level as Pac in terms of impact when it's all said and done. I'm not against that. They say that man is amazing. Rico says that man is amazing. It's different though. It ain't like he just putting words together and saying things that rhyme. It's like, and they're saying it's a double disc for this album. Shout out to Jigga Jinx. I don't know. I think off the rip that this is gonna get album. This is already, and one thing, okay. Then coincidentally, Kanye's video dropped like the same day after Life of the Party. And it was kind of like the same kind of vibe because he didn't have the fake deep thing. Like, he didn't have the transformation of him talking to other people. He was just like, it kind of had like different pictures from him in his life with his mouth moving. It kind of came out the same day. That kind of struck me as odd. I was like, I wonder if that was just a weird coincidence, or did they have kind of like the same kind of like idea, and then Kanye's team seen it was like, oh my God, we had an idea. We need to put this. I don't know. I don't want to just accuse them of that, but it just seemed odd that it came out that day. You know what I'm saying? Like right back to back. But shout out to Life of the Party. I love both records, but please do yourself a favor. If you have not, watch the Kendrick Lamar, The Heart Part 5, the video. And I'm telling you, I watched the video twice. I cried harder the second time. So, you know, yeah, because I definitely feel like, because we talk about somebody like Biggie being in the argument for the greatest rapper of all time. He only has 2 albums. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people credit Eddie Murphy as being the greatest comedian of all time. He only has 2 comedy specials. So I think it is definitely more quality over quantity. I feel like, you know, Kendrick has already given us classics. You know, I never really heard Section 80, but everybody talks about it. To Pimp a Butterfly was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he's done enough if he doesn't do any more right now. But I feel like he's just getting started. And if this is any indication of what we have to come from the album, then yeah, we shall soon see. Okay. I wanna ask you guys this. Let me see if I could find the audio on this, because I think that this will definitely help us have this conversation a little bit more. Hold on one second. I really want you guys to hear what this woman said. And I want to have a debate about it. I would love if I could hear her say it again. Hold on one second. Okay. And actually, I'm not going to spend too much time looking, but I'm going to just get into it. And I want to ask you guys this question. Hold on one second. So there's a tweet on Twitter. Lex, let me see. Let me see one more time. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Because if I can find it here, I definitely want you guys to hear her say it. Because I don't want it to be like I'm putting words in somebody's mouth. Hold on one second. Oh, I want to talk about that too. Did you guys hear about the Ben Simmons thing? Hold on one second. Oh no. This is what I want to talk about. Top of the dough. Top of the top. What up, Zylo? This is what I want to play. All right. So there was a fighter. Hold on one second.
Last fight, I was tired.
Hold on. Okay. I want to make sure. So there was a UFC fighter, and he just had a great fight. He won, right? Chase Dub, you late. You damn right you late, player. We talked about a lot of stuff. We talked about Young Thug and Gunna getting arrested in the RICO case. We talked about Vicky and Casey White, the correction officer and the accused murderer on the run. They done got caught, and she killed herself at the end of it, shot herself in the head. Rest in peace. And then we talked about my daughter's junior prom and how I cried, and then how I also cried when I watched Kendrick Lamar's The Heart Part 5. Now, this is a little lighter. So this fighter was in the UFC, and he had just won the fight, right? He had just won the fight. Now, you know, when fighters win a fight, a lot of times they'll tell you a lot of things. They'll tell you how tough training was, how they hadn't had a carb in 4 months. They'll tell you how difficult it really was. I think it's safe to say that this young man shared a little bit too much. Here's what he said.
Last fight, I was tired. I was exhausted. I'm about to launch this NFT that's going to change the fight game. And I put in 30 all-nighters before that fight. I had herpes before that fight, 2 outbreaks in the span of a week. I'm here. I'm healthy. Let's go. Whatever.
Whoop. Oh, run that back.
Last fight, I was tired. I was exhausted. I'm about to launch this NFT that's going to change the fight game. And I put in 30 all-nighters before that fight. I had herpes before that fight, 2 outbreaks in the span of a week. I'm here. I'm healthy. Let's go. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Oh. What? You healthy? Now, see, this is a wild thing, because y'all remember the Valtrex commercials? Remember the Valtrex commercials? They used to be like, yo, you know, if you contacted herpes, it's okay. And then they have people like riding a horse, being in a canoe, go on rollerblade, and they be like, I could have a normal life. I remember I used to always watch those commercials, be like, you could have had a regular life without the bumps. You could have absolutely done all of these things. But they were basically trying to push the agenda that just because you had herpes didn't mean that it didn't mean that you couldn't live a regular life, because people were scared of herpes. They were like, oh, herpes is forever. You can never get rid of it. But apparently, if you get herpes, you can still win UFC fights. That's the definition of oversharing. We didn't need to know. And what is the guy that fought him thinking about? Like, I just fought a nigga with herpes? Because nigga, UFC, you got to get all up in there. You got to be wrestling with a nigga and all that shit. It was like, I ain't really trying to be wrestling with a nigga that got herpes. Like, I don't know. I mean, I ain't trying to be, NFT promo is getting weird. Entertainment value is concerning, almost funny. Real world is terrifying that people and will lead to. It did kind of make it seem kind of weird that was the time that he wanted to plug his NFT. Side note, I always thought NFTs was on some bullshit. It's not NFTs that's starting to fall off. It's the other shit. The Bitcoin shit. I always thought both of these things were just weird. Bitcoin is looking like it's just some bullshit. But whatever. That was just weird though. The nigga just said, yeah, man, I had herpes. I had 2 outbreaks. What? Nigga. Every woman probably seen that. You just out here. I don't know what to say about that. Like, that was just doing too much. Like, I mean, I get that you want us to know what you overcame, but then we don't want to know that you overcame the bumps. That was just weird. Tia Williams says, everybody got herpes. He'll be okay. I keep hearing that. I keep hearing people say, everybody has herpes. And like every time I hear somebody say it, it's like such an odd thing. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I've had conversations with individuals, and they just talk about like, oh no, you've probably had sex with somebody that had herpes. I mean, like, how do you? So from what I've heard, herpes is a lot more rampant and common than you think that it would be. But we still don't need this guy talking about how he beat herpes in training camp. Nigga, in training camp, you should just be cutting carbs, running with a sweat bag, hitting the speed bag. We don't want to hear about the fact that you had 2 outbreaks. That had to make training painful. I mean, I don't know what it's like, but I would just think that it wouldn't be pleasurable doing a bunch of workouts with an outbreak. This guy fought through it. See what I did there? I would have absolutely been terrified if I just fought him and he just said that. Because all they really be having on when they fight in UFC is boxer shorts. Boxer shorts and gloves. I'd be tripping like, nigga, did the herpes hop out when I was in the headlock figure 4? So yeah, shout out to that guy with the overshare with the post fight interview. Ooh. I don't know. I don't want to get all into the herpes conversation, but I've had that conversation with people, and they just it's a interesting conversation, to say the least. Let's go on to the next story. I didn't find the audio of this woman saying this, but I will briefly paraphrase it. She said, moving right along, she said, and I'm paraphrasing, but she said, if she's out on a date, and I want to talk to the man, I want to talk to the women about this. Baker Josh said, "Dope, post some stand-up for this, possibly." Chase Dub says, certainly a bump in the training regimen. I seen what you said there. I seen what you did there. Tessa Durr said, as a nurse who works in public health, mad people got herpes. That's what I be hearing. That they be having. Okay, let's move right along. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Let's move on down the road. That's a bumpy road to talk about herpes. See what I did there? All right, cool. Here we go. The woman said this. I want to ask the women this first. She said, and I quote, loose quote, if I'm out on a date with a man, and when the check comes, If he looks at it for too long, I will assume he's broke. That's a turn off, and I won't want to date him. I want to find that clip too, because I want her to really say it the way she said it. Because she said it a whole lot better than I'm saying it. She went into a little bit of detail. But ladies, can y'all help me out? Because I actually was in the presence of a woman when I heard this, and I asked her, and she was like, "Oh no, that's definitely right." And I was like, "What? That's just stupid." So, ladies, are y'all? Is that a thing with women? Is that a thing with ladies? If you see a man looking at the check when the meal comes, and he looks at it for too long, you think he broke? Chime in, y'all. Chime in. Do women think that? You're on a date, and oh, come on, YouTube. We got 72 people in here, 60 likes. Come on, smash that like button. Maybe that's her. I'm just asking women in general, because I asked a woman and she said, no, that's definitely right. Renisha says, that's new to me. I wouldn't equate that to him being broke. Tia said, that's foolishness. Okay. Black Boy Law said, he can't just be doing mental math. LMAO, I hate it here. Arama said, I mean, not broke, but cheap. And I'm sure he would feel the same way if it was the other way around. Hold on. She said, no, I don't think he is broke, but I would think he may need help with the bill, and I would offer if he needs me. No, I think he's fiscal as long as he's got it. It's cute. Okay. I don't feel like, hold on. What up, only one Primrose? You tell me, only one Primrose. Do you believe that if you're on a date with a man and the check comes and he looks at it for too long, he looks at it for, maybe 10 seconds, he's just looking over it. Do you assume that he's broke? Like, from what the woman was saying, like a man should just get it, quick look, drop the card, boom. Anything less, nigga, use a broke boy. Now, I just throw my card a lot of time, but that's just because I can be irresponsible in moments. I just trust that people are going to put the right thing there. But it ain't no flex. But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I look, though, sometimes I will look just to make sure they didn't double charge me for the spinach dip. I'm not looking at it like, hey, what did you get? I'm not doing that. Overcharging does happen. I just don't think that you should assume I'm broke just because I'm careful. I don't think that the assumption should be like, I ain't got it. Hold on, Sierra up in here. What up, Sierra? Let's see what Sierra has to say. Yeah. Not broke, but he may be set back. Hold on a second. Hold on. But he may be set back a little, and he should speak up like, hey, this is too high, or study the menu next time. What? Sierra just said, not broke, but he may be set back a little, and he should speak up like, hey, this is too high, or study the menu next time. Why can't it just be that he's paying attention to detail? Like, Lil Poop Cake TTV says, you don't low-key do the math in your head before you order. First of all, I'm not going out to eat if I feel like I can't cover the bill like that. Like, I'm just not going to do it. If I feel like it might even come down to something being close, why would I go to this place? So I'm already know in my mind I got enough money to cover this. But it's just always fascinating to me how women make these little markers in their head. Like, oh, I'm just looking at him. Like, it's almost be like, hold on. It could be. Okay, Sierra says it could be. That's where communication comes in. I can't read his mind, but I feel like unless the man says, hey, and speaks to something about the bill, Nigga can look at it for as long as he wants. It shouldn't make you think he broke. I don't feel like a woman should think a man is broke just because he's looking at a bill for too long. And I asked a couple of women because I was like, I know I'm not tripping. Every woman I asked was like, yeah, that's right. Chase Dub said, damn, we can't make sure the loaded baked potato wasn't double charged. I'm saying, if I got to be the nigga to pay for it. Perfect example. One time I believe I was in Detroit, and perfect example. I put my car down and I let him run it, right? Didn't even really pay attention, just kind of signed for it, whatever. They ended up charging my card $489, something ridiculous. And I remember it didn't take a super long time to get taken off because I caught it and I was able to like call the manager, but I didn't notice while I was in there. I had left the whole shit. Mind you, I don't even know how that even happened because how I signed for it. Like, I just remember it was just different, whatever. But there was a $489 charge on my card from the steak restaurant. And it didn't come off until I got back home, like the next Tuesday. So, maybe if I would have paid more attention or whatever else. So I don't think that should make a woman think a man. I feel like women sometimes, and fellas, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like women sometimes, like, y'all just be looking for reasons to just pick at what a nigga got going on. Why can't it just be good enough that a nigga done picked you up and taken you out on a meal? Who cares how long a nigga look at the damn bill? As long as he ain't asked you to put something on it. I don't know, man. I just feel like it's easy. I feel like once women, but see, that's the thing though. I think a lot of men that may look like they have money, a lot of times be the brokest niggas. Because a lot of times you can make it look like you got some money. Pontiac J said, there's been times I look at the bill and the waitress didn't charge me for a shot or something. I'm like, damn, that's cool. So I give her a bigger tip. Y'all women keep showing us why y'all still single. Wow. Okay. Baker John says, talk about the P.F. Chang's girl. We ain't going back in history. I'll tell that story another time, but I've told that story a few times. So, yeah, that's that. What else do we have? Let me ask this question, because this came up on the Shade Room. Hold on. It says, let's check in with this. This is another question about relationships. A new study shows that men definitely be staying after cheating. More than y'all think, too. They just don't be telling anybody, not even their friends. Ooh. They say men be staying after getting cheated on. They just keep it quiet. They don't tell anybody, not even their friends. Let's have a conversation about it. Fellas, have y'all ever stayed after being cheated on? I have. Never works for me, personally. I'm the type of person to where if you cheat on me, it's probably best we just go different ways, our own separate ways, right? And the reason why is because I'm petty. And like every time I've tried to, I thought I was good, never was. And I'll just process it over and over and over in my mind. And then, and you know what, did I tell anybody about it when it happened? No. And really, it was out of protection of the female because I just didn't want nobody, like, I didn't want, like, my friends or nobody thinking that she was a bad person. But that's the thing, though. I don't know. Has anybody had a relationship, a good relationship, prosper after cheating? Like, I don't know. Like, it's hard enough to just, to keep going in relationships where any level of infidelity has happened, because there can always be cheating don't always just have to be sex. You can be doing emotional cheating. You can be talking to other people. Like, there's different levels of it. Okay, just Humbling said, funny comment says, I just think that dudes would rather not know. Is that true? Would we really rather not know? Fellas, if you got cheated on by your old lady, would you rather? No, that's the way I say it. Just Humbling. I like saying it like that. Would you rather not know? Nah, I gotta know because I can't be with somebody that I can't trust. I'd rather not know. No, because it's just like I'd rather I gotta know the truth. Don't keep me with a lie. Like, be ready to lose me with the truth. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep me with a lie. Because I think that it inevitably, okay, let me see. Miles Livet says, yes, I tried. My ex cheated when she was at Hardee's with one of the cooks. I tried to work it out, but I just couldn't. Damn. I think it was probably more her that she fucked a cook. Not laughing at that shit. But if a nigga cooked up your woman's yams, I'm sorry. It was just too easy. I'm sorry. Okay, cheating stories. What cheating stories do I have? I have a couple of. I was always doing like revenge cheating. Like, I would never just be the nigga to be like, oh, I'm a cheat. I got cheated on. First girl that I really love cheated on me when she went to college. And I remember this to let you know how back in the day shit was. Because this is before all the cell phones. Like, this is really like 2001-ish, maybe 2000. I remember because she went to school in Louisiana. She went to Xavier. And I remember I loved this girl so much. Like, she was just like my everything, right? So she goes to school. And this is how old school it was. Cell phones wasn't really a huge thing, but like long distance was still like, I remember I used to go and get cards, prepaid cards, so I could call her long distance, right? So I remember I was just super in love with her, but I remember she was just always just out there and like that was just like the worst. It was just like I would be out here, and this is back when I lived on Mack Road. Across the street, I was on Mack and Center Parkway, and I used to live across the street from the 7-Eleven. And so I remember just being super in love with this girl, just like calling her, all this shit, right? And then I kind of started to know that something was up, but I couldn't really pinpoint it. She was out in school, 10,000 miles away. So I couldn't really prove it. The only way I was able to prove it was her homegirl, because her homegirl liked me. And her homegirl was like, hey, whatchamacallit is cheating on you. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you. I'm like, shit, you got me fucked up. She would never cheat on me. We love each other. We're going to get married one day. So why don't you just take your lies and shove them? She was like, no, she's cheating, She was like, watch. We can call her on three-way, just mute your phone. And so I was just like, okay. And I'll never forget muting my phone. She calls her, and I hear everything. And just the way that she was talking about it, like it was just so nothing. She was just talking about how she had smashed a dude already and and all the other shit. I remember just being hurt. And then I couldn't tell her. I couldn't tell her that I knew. So I ended up cheating on her and messing with the girl that set her up. But I never even told her that. You know what I'm saying? So I really wasn't shit. Like, I just cheated with her friend a couple times, never said nothing about it. And then she ended up catching me later when she came home, and I had another girl at the house. And she swung on me. I'd have been swung on by a couple females. I remember she hit me with the boobop. So yeah, that was my cheating story. But I had stayed after I found out that she was cheating, like for a while. And I just didn't say nothing. I just was like, well, I'll smash your friend. I tried to stay another time. Now, this is a more serious time when I was dating a chick and we were damn near living together. And I'll never forget, she cheated on me with her child's father, like in the house that it was her house, technically, but it was like we was living together. And I'll never forget, I'll never forget how I found out. I was just looking at her. She was sitting on the edge of my couch in my bed, and I just knew something was up. I remember just feeling it in my heart. I was like, yo, you ain't got to cheat on me. I don't know why I thought she was going to cheat on me, but days before she did it, I was talking to her and I was just like, yo, like, you don't got, like, we could talk about it. She was like, I'm not going to cheat, da-da-da-da-da. I remember she was sitting on the edge of my bed and I just grabbed her phone for whatever reason, start looking through the text messages between her and the baby daddy. It was all right there. And then I still I'll never forget that. Like because I had a show that night. I had left. I remember she was like following me to the show. And I remember trying to stay with her. And I was like, I can't live here in this house. We're going to have to move. And she ended up moving in with me. That was just stupid. That didn't work. I had a bunch of roommates. Then she ended up moving out. And then it was just like, we never really recovered from that. So, yeah. That's my, I have been cheated on. I didn't leave. I didn't tell anybody, but it never worked. So, yeah, that's me. Fellas, have y'all stayed? Do women cheat as much as men? Like, is it a thing? Like, I think a lot of the times men get we get the short end of the stick, but women, I think y'all be cheating too. Strawberry hat said I immediately left off. Let me ask y'all this. Why do you think people cheat? Why do we as individuals cheat? When you think about it, it's a very immature act. Very immature. It's like you would think that you would nobody is ever forcing you to be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever it is that you want. Why not if it's not? Loki Sozi says, Doughboy, you need a reaction channel? I'm about to start one. The first video I think I'm going to do is that Kendrick video. Hopefully I don't cry. Why do we cheat at all? Why not just leave the relationship when you're not happy? Eze Lot says, because people are scared to leave and hurt the other person, so they hurt them another way. I think that if you hurt them that way, it'll hurt them more than the other way. Tia says, people cheat because we have poor communication skills. I used to be the type of person where I couldn't break up with a woman. Like I would just have to, and what I mean by that is I would just have to like ruin the relationship or let her ruin it before I could get out of it. But just walking up to it and be like, this isn't working for me. I don't know. I don't know what it is about me that wasn't able to do that. I don't know if that was my non-confrontational demeanor or what, but it used to be difficult for me to do that. But now I just be like, psh, I'm out. But yeah, I can't see myself doing no more cheating. It's just, I'm too old. I have no desire in trying to get away with anything. It's just like, hey, I'm kind of not into this anymore. That's a much easier conversation. Like, just think about it. Like, I'm finna like be ducking it. I'm 42. In fact, like what I look like trying to do something behind anybody back. There's got to be a big back. I don't have time for it. So, yeah. Yes, we talked about Thug already. We talked about him for like 30 minutes. We hoping the shit ain't true, but it don't look good. I wasn't gonna do this, but because I haven't even heard what he said yet, but I'm gonna give him an opportunity. Antonio Brown got something to say. Let's hear what good old Antonio Brown has to say. You know, Antonio Brown, ex-football player, whatever. So here he goes. I'm gonna just let him speak in his own words.
You don't have to have self-pity be a mentality of being victimized. There's no racism. You can't do what you want in America and the world. Only you can breathe for yourself, and like only you can see with your own eyes. So it's up to what you want. I made $100 million in like football contracts. You don't have to have self-pity or be a mentality of being victimized. There's no racism. You can't do what you want in America and the world. Only you can breathe for yourself, and like only you can see with your own eyes. So it's up to what you want. I made $100 million in like football contracts.
Okay. Okay. So basically, Antonio Brown says that there is no racism in America. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's what he said, Chase. That's what he said. That's what he said, Chase. Okay. Yeah. I think we're gonna have to light up on that one. That man said there's no racism in America. You don't want to touch that, Renika? I'm gonna just say this, and we ain't gonna go too deep into it. I think that rich black men are disconnected from the rest of the world sometimes. Because it's like, stop saying shit like that. Yes, you probably don't experience racism anymore. Because, like you said, you've made millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars in football contracts. You've been rich last 12, 13 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, so no, don't say you can do. I mean, I don't like when people do that. Now, am I all about like, no, you don't have to be a constant victim to things, and you can still, you can still rise above, of course. But to act like racism doesn't exist just because you made some money does not mean that there's not racism in America. Just why say dumb shit like that? I genuinely feel like Antonio Brown will say anything to kind of get us talking about him. So if I kind of feel this again, I'm not going to keep talking about it because I do feel like he just be saying some shit. I feel like he be trolling us at this point. They got me waking and baking, man. Like, nah, man. Like, no. There's definitely racism in America. There's definitely systems set up for black people to lose. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, man on the rant, said, perfect example of somebody being a token and forgetting where they come from or what their people go through. Ignorance at its finest. Yeah, you got to be going through something just to be like, oh, you can do whatever you want. Oh, there's no racism. Nigga, yeah, it's probably real easy to say because you're so separated from what it is. Like you say, once you get the $1 million contracts, you're not in the same communities. You're not in the same environments. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Tia Williams said your boy Fox was having a similar kumbaya moment on the internet last week. You will not say that, Jamie Foxx. There should be no Jamie Foxx slander. If Jamie Foxx said it, I ain't seeing it, and I ain't looking it up. If it have me hate my hero. I mean, I guess, like, I'm all for progress and elevation. But let's just don't say dumb shit, though, bro. It is what it is. What else is going on? Did I pull up anything else? Hold on one second. We only got about 20 minutes left. Let me see. Anything else trending that we need to go over? Now people are saying free YSL. Why are we so quick to say free people? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that real quick, because that's trending right now. Free YSL. Why are we so quick to say free individuals if we don't know? I feel like we got to stop saying that. Easy Lot, YSL, that's Young Thug and Gunna, and 2,600 individuals. They got caught up in a RICO. We talked about this earlier in the program. But I'm just saying, like, I just feel like we're just too quick to be like, hey, free such and such. Like, nah, nigga, let's see what's up. I'm too old. I'm at the stage in my life where I'm like, no, nigga, I'm not no rat. Like, I ain't no nigga out here telling on people, but, nigga, if you do some shit and you break the law, nigga, you gotta go to jail. Like, that's just life. Like, and I'm not saying it like I want people to go to jail or, you know what I mean? No, I wouldn't wish jail on anybody. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, nigga, I got kids, man. Like, I don't think it's cool to do crime. Like, no, like, especially like when it's some stuff that, like how they're saying, like the YSL are being accused of. I don't know if they did any of that shit. Shit, I hope they didn't. I'm a fan of these guys. But nigga, if you involved in murders and corruption and different things, I mean, I can't just, you know what I'm saying? I can't just be like, yeah, nigga, free that man. No, wait now. Let's go to court. Let's see what happens. Just Humbeline said, truth be told, some people need to do their time. I remember during the crack epidemic, everybody wanted drug dealers locked up, and now they say it was a war against black people. Listen, man, some people are criminals and they need to go to jail. That's just a fact. I know they might be cool people. They might be dope rap. I don't know. You might like them. They might have great personalities. But society can't function if niggas is just able to just be out here doing shit. And I'm not even that guy. I'm just saying, like, it's just free everybody. It's just, niggas be on camera caught shooting people. Free such and such. Hippie goes, what up? Just free the nigga. Just, oh, you arrested the nigga? Free the nigga. I don't know. You do the time, get ready to do if you do the crime, get ready to do the time. That's what we got to be on. That's what type of time we got to be on. Like, and that's what, one of the things my father taught me, and I'm always greatly indebted to him, was that, nigga, jail is real. My father taught me that at a very young age. He's like, you go out here and try to be as hard as you want to with all of these niggas. Jail is coming. Because if you in that life, the only way you avoid jail is if you tell it. You see what I'm saying? Like, it just comes with it. Everybody that gets in the shit goes. Okay, I hate to. This is gonna show how fat I have always been in my heart. When my father would tell me the ills of jail and prison, he would talk about like prison, the R word, the rape. Like, he would talk about men getting their butt took. He would talk about niggas just getting beat up all night, niggas getting stabbed up. Like, he would tell me about all that. He'd be like, you be just in your cell, you just hear somebody just getting their ass beat for 40 minutes. You just hear punches to ribs getting broken, and the CO ain't coming. I would hear stuff like this. You know, the one thing that deterred me from a life of crime and jail? When he told me that the food was nasty. I said, nigga, what? Huh? When he told me that, nigga, sometimes they give you some bullshit food, some bullshit meatloaf, one piece of bread, and I'd be like, what? What? He tell you about, if your people don't love you, they don't send you no commissary. Then it's a store where people got food, but if you ain't got no money to get it, you don't get none. I'm like, what? I ain't never go here. Nigga told me about niggas making spreads. I was like, a spread? What? My dad told me you got to stay in your room all day and you can't eat like you want to eat. I said, I'm never going there. Ever. Let's just end the conversation now. We can stop all this tough shit. We can talk this stick talk, blick talk. I was 6 years old. Like, I'm never fucking with no jail. You got me fucked up. Because nigga told me that I could eat how I wanted to. I was like, who goes there? I'm telling you. Hold on. Miles Livis says you went to jail for watching TV. How, nigga? You got to tell that story. I couldn't live like that, bro. If I couldn't eat the way that I wanted to eat, I was not going to jail. No mini fridge? No. Just the thought of that was just insane. He was talking about like niggas that let you borrow some money for the commissary, and if you don't pay it back, they'll kill you. I'm like, niggas are getting killed for not paying back snacks? Oh no. Oh no. I just knew I couldn't do it. I was like, nah, bro. I'm gonna stall this drug shit. I'm gonna stall. That just made me become a better person. I was like, nah, man. I got into rap. I went on a positive trail. Because I was not finna live a life where I couldn't eat no snacks. That nigga said, you gotta stay. And then niggas just said, you gotta stay in your cell for 23 hours. I'm like, stay in the cell. He's like, then they bring you the food, but the food is nasty. I think my dad caught it too, because everything he was talking about, I kept going back to food. He's like, yeah, man, so they've taken man's asses. So I'm like, so they don't, when do they bring the lunches? Yeah, but I'm saying the man can get killed and stabbed in the ass. Yeah, that's great. So you said that the food be nasty? And if they don't like you, they won't give you a fair portion? No, they won't give you a fair portion. Why? No soda? No juice? No McDonald's? I can't go here. Nah, man. Nah, man. Hold on. Somebody just came in here with negative energy. Hold on, I'm about to take you out. Hey, bird of whatever. Nobody want to hear that. We get it. Doughboy's host, Husky. He's been getting roasted for years. Let it go. Nope. Not letting it go. And I actually love this story. And I don't like your energy. You come here with that bullshit energy again, you might get blocked. What's up? We only got 14 minutes left for the Morning Cup of Dough morning show. How's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling? Yo, Doe, love from North London. Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. When I went to London, the food wasn't seasoned well. That was one place I went to. The food was just like, eh. We're all feeling good. What we got going for the day this Tuesday? And just listen, y'all can hold me accountable. The goal is to have Morning Cup of Dough morning show every Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 Pacific time. I know you guys are over here, but we're also streaming over on YouTube Studio. I'm about to set it up so it'll be on Facebook Live too. So what we got going today? Y'all can catch me tonight at 6 o'clock on All Depths Roast This podcast. I am the newest member of that podcast. Bam, 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 bam. But you got to download the Caffeine app so you can watch the whole app, the whole episode. What's the reaction channel called? We ain't started it yet, but I do want to get into reaction videos. North Sack is in here. What up? Okay, hold on. This is how he said he went to jail for watching TV. He said, 2012, my older brother bought a hot TV. The police came the next day saying the TV was stolen, and my brother owned up to buying it, but the cop said, well, he's watching the TV, so we all got to go. 4 days in? You did 4 days for watching TV? That better have been a mean-ass binge session of... I'm joking, kind of. Damn, that's fucked up. Nigga went to jail for watching TV. That sucks. Sorry, Miles. That just shows you how fucked up the system is. How they go to jail for watching TV? He said his brother owned up to it, said he did it. And they was like, nah, but this nigga's watching it. We taking him to jail. That's some bullshit. How we feeling today? Some punk police. Yeah, that's one of the police that niggas don't really like. I'm definitely working out today. I'm going to get my workout on a little bit. The consistency is starting to get there. Definitely trying to eat right today. You know what I'm saying? Follow the advice of my nutritionist, you heard. Got the podcast. I got some writing to do. So yeah, I got a pretty business day. I mean, pretty packed day. Pretty productive day ahead of me. What do y'all got going? Is there anything that I missed? And also, y'all, if you're watching the videos on the replay, put in the comments what you want me to talk about the next day, because I'll go back and I'll check today's episodes about what you guys want to talk about tomorrow. Feeling good, feeling great. Let me check Twitter one more time, see if there's anything else. Also, the Warriors beat the Grizzlies. right. Uh-oh, Meek Mill is trending. Why is Meek Mill trending? Hold on one second. Oh, he turned 35 today. Okay. All right. Nothing. Oh, he's not. Okay. Niggas just trying to say that he's YSL too. I don't think nobody want to be saying that shit now. Okay. All right. So he's not trending for nothing bad. Who do I got winning the finals? Ugh. I don't know. It's hard. It's a toss up at this point. Okay. Hold on a second. All right. All right. I mean, I think we're good. I mean, I don't have to drag it out. Somebody said only 10 views. I lost my mojo. No, I got 54 over here in YouTube too, so 64. But you know, we building. I ain't lost shit, player. Anyway, this has been a great live. We have been here for 1 hour and 50 minutes. No, because the rest are 2 hours. I don't want to mess up the continuity. Am I a Kings fan or a Lakers fan? Oh, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Okay, how about this? The Ben Simmons thing. Hold on, we can talk about that. Thank you. That was a great suggestion. So we might be here for a little bit. Hold on one second. Hold on. Let me play this real quick. This was hilarious. Ben Simmons is grimy. Hold on a second. Here we go. I ain't worried about dude talking about the views. That ain't gonna hurt my feelings. I'm glad I got 10 people. Shit.
It's true.
Here we go. Listen. Hold on. Oops, hold on a second. When did World Star start doing all these damn advertisements? I'm like, nigga, y'all are World Star. Now I'm a Lakers fan, but I'll tell you guys why. All right, hold on. Here we go. All right, here we go. This is Michael Blackson on Shannon Sharp's podcast yesterday, talking about Ben Simmons. Okay, enough. Damn. All these damn. Somebody talking about a year ago, I used to have thousands of views. Yeah, I also took a break off of doing content. That happens. Here we go.
Try to holler at one of your chicks. Not my holler at one of my chicks. If it was one of my side chicks, it wouldn't matter. This is try to holler at my fiance.
The one you with now?
Yes.
Oh, did he not know that was your fiance?
Knew. 100% knew. He tried to make it seem to her when she asked him about it. Like, it might your friend try to make it like.
Hold on, he didn't. Hold on.
He denied.
To try to smash, he denied the He denied
our friendship. He was like my homie. He was like my little brother, my little light skinned brother. He's seen her on social media with me.
Right.
I've hooked him up with a lot of my female friends. Right. He'd be like, hey, who's this chick? I'd be like, don't worry, I got you. And guess what? He hasn't played basketball since he tried to holler at my woman. Has he?
Man, that's dirty.
Dirty. Lost our respect for him.
So you glad he got traded?
The thing about it, I would have traded him for like a Subway sandwich. I'm like, get anything for the guy. Walmart gift card, do anything. Just get rid of him. And I didn't have to roast him anymore. The whole world is roasting him.
How do we feel about that? So Ben Simmons can't play no basketball. He takes more time off than anybody. But he's hollering at somebody's fiance. Bro, I think that's weak. Especially if that's your homie. If you my partner and you do that, how y'all feel about that? Is that going against the bro code? That's dirty work. Dirty work. Dirty work. You can't do that, man. That's not cool. Hold on. This is what we're going to do. Boom. And don't talk to me crazy. I'll block you. Somebody just got blocked. I don't want to hear it. I'm not going back and forth with you. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Like, what? That to me, that just says a little bit more. Like, if you're a famous basketball player, you got millions of dollars, can probably holler at any woman you want. Why would you want to holler at your homeboy's fiance? That's just wild to me. Me personally, this is kind of crazy. You can do a million other things. They said that man missing shots on and off the court. Shout out to Chase Deb. Hilarious. Bricking. Somebody said, if I've been locked into the Johnny versus Amber, that shit is weird. It's a little too weird. Motherfuckers talking about shitting in the bed. Whose bed you shit in? I always thought shit in the bed was a fucking, just a saying. I didn't think people was actually shit in the bed. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've been hearing bits and pieces like in the media, like I'll see bits and pieces on social media, but I don't know exactly what's going on. But apparently, it's wild. Highly weirdo. Shitting in somebody's bed, officially weird. You can't be out here doing that. We almost done. Boom. We wrapping up here. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another edition of Morning Cup of Dough morning show. This has been fun. We talked about a lot, and we will be back tomorrow, 6 o'clock a.m. to 8 a.m. All right? Talk to y'all in a minute. Peace. Hold on, y'all. Peace out.